I decided to review a book today, The Sun is Also a Star, between two different characters, one of Daniel and one of Natasha. Spoilers ahead. This book is much different than I thought. I shan't lie. It's quite interesting in many ways. In fact, I picked out a couple lines even. My scene's been kind of bad. First quote from Daniel. Page 66. Fortunately, she's too sad to notice what a shallow and horny joke I am. Wow, I suck at reading. Horny jerk I am. Next page. We cannot have sex in the karaoke. We cannot. But I'm going to go ahead and admit that if I want to. If I don't stop kissing her, I'm going to ask her to. And I don't want her to think I'm some kind of guy who would ask a girl he's just meant to have sex in the karaoke after the first date. Guess who it is? Our best friend Dan. We all know Dan is a poet, which is funny enough he wants to be. We have one more quote from Jimmy Fitzgerald. Jimmy Fitzgerald didn't tell Dan the truth. The reason he wasn't able to stop Natasha's deportation is that he missed a court appointment with the judge who could have reversed the voluntary removal. He missed it because he's in love with Hannah Winner, and instead of going to see the judge, he spent the afternoon at a hotel with her. This book is about two different characters, Natasha and Daniel. Two different characteristics. Daniel is very hopeful. He wants to become a poet, while his parents will become a doctor to stay out of poverty. On Natasha's side, she's very on logic, statistical. She doesn't believe in hocus pocus magic. But in this book, it is very different throughout the story. All held under a day, as they say, between their adventure together, becoming boyfriend and girlfriend. Hey, we all have our skills. Two difficult situations, but they're all both trying to make the best of it. She's going to be deported in one day, but she's trying to fight back against it. But it seems she cannot. One more quote, my golden line that they say. Okay, well, here it is, from Jeremy Fitzgerald again. He puts it back down and looks at me. You're never out of options, Miss Kingsley. Now I must say, it quite means nice to hear that. I picked it as my golden line because no matter where you are, no matter what situation you're in, you are never out of options. Whether you're fired from your job or you got the most controversial argument, you are never out of options to do the best decision what you think is best. No matter what, that door will never be shut and that window will never be shut. Your door will always be open. That window will always be open. Your foot, no matter what, will be through, just to get to the next best option. And that reminded me of that no matter the situation, tense or not, you always have an option to get to the better situation. I quite enjoy this book. It's very different from others. I'm going to put pros right here, cons right here. I enjoy the dialogue. I enjoy the story. As we read, it's kind of corny in the lines, but it's quite funny in my opinion. I enjoy the cheesy love stories. I'm kind of sucker for that. But the cons I have to say is the pacing. And one day, just met, and only a couple hours later, they're going to bang in a karaoke. I must have skipped a step. I must have tore a page or flipped two pages or getting stuck together. But no, that's how it happens. It seems like after Natasha very clearly states in the book she does not believe in love, she falls in love. Out of her will, it is her heart. But no matter what, she always tries to fight it, but she knows she cannot. I enjoy this book. But, like I said in the pacing, too fast. What a good example is the Big Bang Theory. Let's put that up. We all know Sheldon. Even if you don't, we all know he's very knowing and very smart.
Can I have your phone number?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, through the show, he gets better with emotion. So has a wife and has a kid. And if you've ever seen the show, it ended in 2019. But after all this time, he finally changed and got better. Now imagine in a 40-minute episode, they clear that.
I don't believe this.
What? That wouldn't make any sense. It's too fast a pacing. And don't get me wrong, not everyone wants a slow book, and this is 300 pages. This is not a long book. Or I guess a very long book. But my point is that it's too fast. And I don't quite see the point. It's kind of unrealistic, as they say. And not to mention, they have extra characters that are not needed. Like, for example, Hannah Winter. As mentioned before, whether or not she was in it, it would not have mattered. My problem with the book is they have extra characters that, whether there or not, wouldn't really have mattered. I mean is that I did not need to know about them. They could just be a side character, and it would change nothing. But I guess that is me. So I am going to give the rating between A Men in Black 1 and Men in Black 3. We'll give it a Men in Black 2. It's not a bad book. I must not lie. But I would never go my way to see it, but it was not terrible as I sat and watched. I think my final word is that try the book yourself. It's something newer. But if you're not a fan of 300-page books, I would not recommend it.